let us start with a prayer.
The sound is not coming. Is there anything wrong? Dr. Sreesan, please.
Center for Educational Initiatives and Research, CEIR Global Trust, has established a common platform for educators, students, principals, parents, and management so as to improve the overall school culture in India and abroad. Since its inception from 2009, CEIR has conducted many and extraordinary programs for the target groups right from K1 to K12. All CEIR programs are powered by Veda Handwriting Lab. Veda offers multiple programs for students and teachers. These programs are backed by scientific research. At Veda Handwriting Lab, we say good or bad handwriting is an existing myth. There is only trained or untrained handwriting. To make it possible, Veda Handwriting Lab has developed a training device called Mannequin Memory Board for faster and long-lasting results among students and teachers. Be a Handwriting Trainer is a certified program designed for teachers. One Day Handwriting Improvement Challenge 2 provides quick and visible improvements in students and teachers. Handwriting Elite Kit and Life Kit are the flagship programs for Veda Handwriting Lab, accessible through our website www.vedahandwritingkit.com. Now also available on Amazon. Veda Handwriting Lab Campus Connect is the customized program designed exclusively for schools, now available with 50% discount. Interested schools can contact www.vedahandwritingkit.com. Eminent passion-driven educationists from India and Middle East form the constituted core group of CEIR. Dr. K. Shah Jahan, the President, Chairman, National Public School, Kollam. Mr. Pramod Mahajan is the Vice President, Principal Sharjah Indian School, Sharjah. Dr. Deepa Chandran, Joint Secretary, Senior Principal, Sharada Vidyalaya, Cochin. Dr. Srisan Gopinath, General Secretary, Director, Veda Handwriting Lab. Ms. Vinita V.I., Treasurer, CEIR Global. Our other mentors and facilitators who will be responsible for the role of the General Convener include Mrs. Manila Carvalho, Principal, TPS Bangalore East; Mr. C.B. Mishra, Principal, Director, Prudence School, New Delhi; Mrs. Pallavi Sharma, Principal, Mamta Modern School, New Delhi; Dr. V. Bindu, Principal, Hosur Public School, Hosur; Dr. Suresh Nair, Principal, Vivek Vidyalaya, Mumbai; Mrs. Vamshi Priya Amar, Principal, MVJ International School, Bangalore. The core group of the CEIR is backed by zonal directors who are eminent educationists in their own right. The success of our flagship programs, principal conclaves conducted across all major cities in India, pathways, student career guidance programs, NEP 2020 Master Series, NEP National Quiz, NEP Pedagogy, 21st Century Teaching Skills bear testimony to the tremendous participation of the teachers. Our goal is to ensure that every child receives a quality education, and quality education always starts with a great teacher. CEIR also will commence with school-specific training programs. Interested schools in any part of India and abroad are requested to contact at ceirglobal.com at the earliest. Keeping in mind the demand and also the data security reasons, CEIR programs are only accessible through our CEIR Global app. We request all the participants to follow or subscribe our social media pages on YouTube, Facebook to get regular updates of our different events. Please find the link in the chat box. CEIR invites all educators to be a part of our nation-building activities. If you are interested in giving back to your teaching profession, fraternity, and society, your collaboration with CEIR will enable you to move professionally forward with infinite possibilities. Join this wonderful collaboration and try to become a premium members or zonal members. Visit our website www.ceirglobal.com and send your profile to secretary@ceirglobal.com. We believe that we will be a force to reckon with the near future. We believe that the best is yet to be. The ultimate aim of the CEIR is to create a CEIR Center of Excellence by 2030, a perfect away from home to hold its members when they grow.
Now, I request Madam Vamsipriya Amma. She's a principal of MVJ International School, Bangalore, and general convener for our skill development CAR initiatives. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to one and all who are present here. And that was a lovely briefing that we had about CEIR as well as VEDA, the handwriting lab. With my humble pranams to all those who have gathered here, the dignitaries of the screen and in front of the screen, let me just take over today's session and then hand it over to the resource people. The National Education Policy, NEP 2020, envisaged for some transformational reforms in the Indian education system. It talks about education system that lays emphasis on experiential learning along with a focus on the 21st century skills like the critical thinking, problem solving, etc. The policy expects that the year 2020, at least 50% of the learners through the school and higher education system shall have exposure and explore to vocational education. Well, by 2030, it expects a readiness from all the schools. QTPI Robotics is NEP 2020 co-creation platform for grade 1 to 12 students on coding, AI, and robotics, catered to 50 plus schools and 30,000 plus students worldwide. Founded by alumnus of IISc, Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru in 2016. They provided customizable QT school and QT labs, STEAM, as we all know, science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics curriculum for K-12 schools. Also focus on a unique learning paradigm called DESI. What is DESI? Design, electronics, software, and integration with design thinking mindset. Wow, that should be a total transformation from fixed mindset to a growth mindset. QTPI was established in 2016 by alumnus of IISc, as I had mentioned, and tech experts from Yahoo, as well as Microsoft and Oracle. QTPI was recognized by the Startup India and Karnataka government. Founders are mentors for Atal Tinkering Labs and Atal Incubation Centers established by Niti Aayog, Government of India. QTPI provides grade-wise STEAM curriculum for K-12 and empowers children to learn from compelling, best in class quality content through tactile learning. Well, on this evening, on this platform, let me now introduce you to the people behind this QTPI. Santosh Avanavar, mentor QTPI Robotics, alumnus of NITK Suratkal and IISc Bengaluru. And he has done around 10 times as a speaker on TEDx platform. Johanna Archard, product engineer of QTPI Robotics. Raghunath Are, co-founder QTPI Robotics. Alumnus of IISc Bengaluru, ex-Yahoo and Microsoft employee. Welcome to QTPI. And now the screen is yours. Over to you, QTPI. All the very best. and welcome my dear participants who have joined us on this evening, on a Saturday evening when CER promptly conducts programs from 4:30 to 6 p.m. in the benefit of enriching learning experiences. All the very best. Happy learning to all of you.
Good evening to all of you. Thank you, Mrs. Omshi Priya, for a wonderful introduction of us and QTPI. And I also would like to extend the same thanking to CEIR Global and especially to Dr. Sheshan Gopinathan, who has been very instrumental in getting this session. And I also thank all the participants who have come here. And I know it is a Saturday evening, and you making it to the session at the evening for 1.5 hours is great. We ensure that you'll not be disappointed and you're going to enjoy the session and have some learning out of this. Uh, I would like to begin with a story because I feel the story is a way to connect in any subject. And if somebody had to ask me what AI is, I always felt I should want to tell this in probably in a very layman language to start. So let me begin with a story. I'm sure all of you heard a name Einstein, right? You can just raise hand like this in case you heard. Great. Okay. I'm sure at least you heard the name. We have not met him, but we heard his name. So Einstein wins a prize, let's say a Nobel Prize, and because anybody gets this attention like a prize like Nobel Prize, everybody start getting invitation to various places for an inspiring young minds. So Einstein started receiving a lot of invitation from various university to come and inspire. So the driver who takes Einstein every time to an university, he opens the door, and the moment Einstein steps out, and he goes introduced saying that I'm Einstein, and everybody start clapping and cheering and welcome him. And the driver start thinking, what is it so great about my master that everybody is welcoming him so much? Something is rare about him. So the driver takes the bag of the Einstein, takes him to auditorium. The Einstein goes to to the dais, and he keeps the bag and goes and stands at the entrance of the auditorium. And Einstein starts making presentation, and everybody's wow about what he says, what he talks, what way he pauses, and things like that. Everybody says like everything nice about Einstein because he's won a prize, which is probably no everybody wants to have a dream, especially who are a scientist. And every day routine continues, and every day same thing presentation keep hearing. So one day the driver takes little courage and asks, Einstein, what is that in you that that everybody likes you and everybody appreciates you and everybody and so much in love with what you talk? Then the Einstein thinks even my driver has a question to ask. I'm surprised, but anyways he cannot explain the driver because poor fellow is not doesn't understand what Einstein has done. He says, I've done little work and people have recognized me and I've been awarded something, and that is called as Nobel Prize. Then the driver, sometimes greed itches of mind, wanting to become somebody else. Aping somebody is very interesting thing. So he says, Einstein, will you give me an opportunity if I make presentation like you and people cheer like you, the way they cheer you? Will you give me a Nobel Prize? So the Einstein thinks, our driver wants to do this. I'm interested, but one other thing goes in Einstein mind is, if driver can replace me, I can go back to my research laboratories and more concentrate there rather than going to everyday university. How many talk will I give? Same talk everywhere presentation. I am little exhausted. Then he thinks, okay, do one thing. Tomorrow you present on behalf of me, and I'll sit and observe. If you do well, then you only do it. But the driver says, you should give me a Nobel Prize. Then only do. He said, yes, the Nobel Prize is for you only. What I've received, don't worry. So next day, the driver becomes Einstein, and Einstein becomes a driver. And while driving, Einstein has little second thought: will he be able to do justice to what I've done? So the driver says, "Don't worry, master. I have seen you so many presentation. I am very confident. What you do it, I can exactly do it." So the Einstein becomes okay. Let me watch one trial, and then they go to the university, and the driver goes opens the door. The Einstein, who is a driver now, steps outside, and people start cheering. Like unlike today, olden days, if I go say my name is Santosh, they will say okay, they believe me and take me inside auditorium. They didn't have a photo to verify who is who. So the driver gets into the auditorium, everybody starts cheering and clapping, and the driver feels so happy that oh, people also like me, and people also know think that I'm also great. So he gets to an auditorium. Now the Einstein, who's become a driver, is standing at the entrance of the auditorium and watching what Einstein does it. And the Einstein gets a little surprised to see the way Einstein moved his hand. He paused. He looked at other people. He gave a movement of pauses for people to react and captures those reaction. All that he does exactly like same. So the driver does so well. The Einstein gets amused, thinking like he's so good at doing what I'm doing. It's a wonderful way to see my driver is able to replace me. So the presentation gets over, everybody start cheering and clapping, all that, and then moment the driver who's Einstein stage is about to take a seat, But one gentleman from the auditorium gets up and says, Einstein, I have a question. But the driver never knew that, no, he answered the question. That is why they recognized his work and gave him a prize. But now he has to answer, otherwise he'll not get Nobel Prize and he'll not get an opportunity in future to come on dais again. So he thinks for a while and then he says, yes, gentleman, what is the question? The gentleman says, assume this to be Earth or a globe, and I make a hole on one side, I make a hole on the other side. I throw a ball. How would the ball travel? The poor driver doesn't know what the question is. He doesn't even understand the physics behind the force and momentum of a ball. So he starts scratching his head. But the presence of mind is very important in this case. So the driver pauses and looks at the gentleman sternly and says, gentlemen, are you asking me such a simple question to a Nobel Prize winner? Even my driver can answer. Driver, come and answer here. So that Einstein, who is the driver standing at the auditorium, he comes on stage and answers the question and goes away. So what I'm trying to say is AI is something like that. No, it is trying to imitate somebody else, trying to copy somebody else, and trying to show what somebody else also can do it. What we can do it, with the system also can do it. So I'm going to run through your small 7 minutes presentation to bring you some understanding about AI, how some technology influence AI, some examples, and we're going to take a small 3 polls as we run this video. Johanna, please could you play the video?
Hi all, welcome to the session. This session is divided into 3 parts. The first part, I'm going to introduce you to something called as AI. I'm going to talk to you about some interesting aspects of AI, how it began, the myths around there. Is it good? No. What happens to in case AI overtakes humans? So let us see some interesting aspects of AI in the first part. And in the second part, Mr. Raghu is going to help you to understand on some very interesting application of AI. How is it aligned to NEP 2020 for schools, and also he's going to talk to you about how it's going to make a difference to education, to teachers and students in the part 2. And in the third part, we're going to have hands-on activity. We're going to do something. We're going to have fun building some projects with Ms. Johanna. So let me take the part 1. Let me begin with a very simple question. Have you heard about AI?
Yeah, put in the public chat, have you heard what AI is? I mean, are you aware of what AI is? You can also say no, there's nothing problem. Or you say that I heard, but I don't know what AI is also, is fine. We will know today as we move on. Great, we're going to take 5 more seconds. Quick. Oh, somebody raised hand, great. Yeah, thanks for raising hand and thanks for saying yes. Great, yeah, I think we're going to go to the continuation of the video. Thank you for participation.
I'm sure we must have heard about it. Let me tell you what AI is. AI is an artificial intelligence, refers to a development of a computer-based solution that are able to perform tasks which mimic human intelligence. In other words, AI goal is to make system as powerful as our brain, make the system think like human mind. That's interesting. Historically, AI began its journey in 1936 with Turing machine, and in 1956 the term AI is coined, and then several developments happened in the due course of time. As a personally, for me, I witnessed the first one of the interesting application called as Siri. I'm sure many of you heard it, which is a part of Apple application. Is something I remember seeing it in 2008, and say about like 2017, I witnessed a lot of students build an app called as text to speech, as a learning and assignment project at QTPI Robotics. This is the first time I came across and learned some interesting stuff of AI that also includes something called as Alexa, which become part of Amazon Echo. I must say it was a great feeling when I heard first time what a Siri is and how does it work, and also surprising to see kids build apps and which is as equivalent to some of the great application of AI. So, does AI work with different technologies? Yes, they do, such as image recognition, deep learning, computer vision, etc. These technologies help machines to sense, comprehend, act, learn through human activities or on their own. I also saw an interesting AI project at QTPI Robotics where kids build a chatbot or a home automation. One of the students of QTPI Robotics wanted to develop a chatbot to help his parents, who are doctors, to minimize waiting time of patients. Let us see one of the earlier development of building a chatbot at QTPI by a student, Mr. Vipul.
Take a selfie.
It's selfie time.
What is 6 plus 4?
The answer is 10.
What is your name?
I am Agent Cutie Pie.
Take a picture.
Say cheese.
Okay, how many of you use YouTube and Facebook? I'm sure most of us here. You would have seen a pattern where it suggests you videos or articles or ads based on your previous searches. Is something I'm sure we all have come across. Agree? Great. Let me take a poll. Do you think humans will be replaced by AI? Yes, no, not sure.
Yeah, please take a poll and put in the public chat. Great, I hear some saying not sure. I'm happy about it. I was not sure some years ago. And there was a time I kept saying, no, it'll never replace. And there kept time start thinking it might replace. Great. Yeah, we have 5 more seconds. Okay. Wonderful to see speaking your mind. Yeah. Great. Yeah. We're going to go to the video.
That's okay. I may not know today, but I will know if they replace. I'm not sure. Okay, thanks for your poll. Why do we think humans will replace AI, or do we think humans will replace AI? Most of the technologies need to pass this myths test, and AI has its own share like any other technology. And one of them is in communication. We call them, there is an anchoring where the weight is an assumption that technology take away jobs. These are kind of assumption people do when something new comes up. The idea of machine replacing tasks is quite inarguably right. Does it mean machine don't need any assistance? Who would create those machines? How about maintenance of them? One gets anchored with such ideas as assumption of machine to replace humans, and it can distort one's thinking. Machines by themselves cannot be creative, improve the task. They can only perform the repetitive kind of a work. AI needs human intervention to define how to receive an action. Now let us check some of the benefits of artificial intelligence. I like one of the points mentioned by Mr. Chalmers Brown in one of the article on where AI could benefit or also harm society. He talks about benefit. He suggests that AI is a true gift for tasks that humans find tedious. I could think of some of the examples like, let's say, sweeping and mopping of the house, or something like this. It could be cooking for some of us. Yeah. So he says that the benefit of allowing something else to do the task, it will help humans in what way? He says it would help us to have more interpersonal and creative aspect of work where humans could do more better rather than doing a routine task. Looks an interesting argument. However, one cannot rule out implication of empowering the system. Let us look into one such possibility. I like one of the points mentioned by Chris, who is an founder of Voice.com, in one of the articles. where he says when machine intelligence exceeds our ability to understand it, or it becomes a superior intelligence, that's scary. We should take care to not blindly follow its recommendation and absolve ourselves of all responsibility. That's true. So what does it mean? What does Chris is trying to say us? Let us take an example about self-driving car. What do you think about it? I wonder how would it function in a populated city where people are in rush. If you are from part of Mumbai, you know what I'm talking about, who are busy going to work, to home, home to work. I would like to appreciate your thoughts on the same. So let's take a poll. The poll would be, would you recommend a self-driving car for your city? The options are yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, please put your answers in the poll. Would you recommend a self-driving car in your city? I'm sure this question will be coming in future in few years. And I'm sure there will be going to be interesting debates around this for, should we have it for Chennai, Bangalore and things like this, or your own hometown. And we will also see interesting debate happening for people who have, who like Ola and Uber. We want to see what would they respond. It's already in use, great. I see some example like that. Yeah, we'll take 5 more seconds. Great. Thank you. We will continue the video.
Let's see God's will. Thanks for the poll. Now, let us see some of an application of AI in different industry, including education. And I would hand it over to Mr. Raghu. Thank you.
Yeah, over to Mr. Raghu.
Good evening, all. Thanks, Mr. Santosh, for a lovely introduction to AI. To know more about the applications of AI, I'll play a short clip. Post that, we'll be having a few questions. We'll be having interactive session. So please watch the video. I'll be sharing my screen and play a short video about applications of AI.
AI is going to impact many, many fields. And I want to give you a couple of examples today. Healthcare is one of the most important fields AI is going to transform. Last year, we announced our work on diabetic retinopathy, which is a leading cause of blindness, and we use deep learning to help doctors diagnose it earlier. And we've been running field trials since then at Aravind and Sankara hospitals in India, and the field trials are going really well. We are bringing expert diagnosis to places where trained doctors are scarce. It turned out, using the same retinal scans, there were things which humans quite didn't know to look for, but our AI systems offered more insights. Your same eye scan turns out holds information with which we can predict the 5-year risk of you having an adverse cardiovascular event, heart attack or strokes. So to me, the interesting thing is that, more than what doctors could find in these eye scans, the machine learning systems offered newer insights. This could be the basis for a new non-invasive way to detect cardiovascular risk.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia.
I believe I am Sophia.
This is Sophia the robot taking her first steps. She's even got some sweet dance moves up her sleeve. Her skin, called Frubber, helps her look lifelike and have human expressions. She can blink, turn her head and smile, but she has over 60 different facial expressions.
Tell me what it was like to take your first steps.
I'm really excited. A little disoriented, but really excited.
Thanks for watching. I'll pull back my presentation. And it's time for some questions where we learn together. So what are the applications of AI? What do you think are the applications of AI? You can please down in the public chat. Option A, vision systems. Option B, speech recognition. Option C, handwriting recognition. Option D, the famous all the above option. Please write down your option in the public chat. So everyone, I see a lot of options. All are correct. All the above, all the above, all the above. Very nice. So thanks for your participation. Sorry. One second. Thanks for your participation. I'll move forward. So all the options you mentioned are correct. Visual systems where self-driving cars are the applications of AI. Speech recognition like Siri, Alexa, which we're using in daily lives are one of the applications of AI. Handwriting recognition where it can be useful in the banking sector, in the security format. These are the applications of AI. I'll move forward and take one more question. The next question is applications of AI. Which of the following do you think are the applications? Option A, gaming. Option B, intelligent robots. Option C, expert system. Option D, all of the above. Again, public chat, thanks for responding. Thanks for your active participation. Somewhere I see C, somewhere most of you have responded as D. All the answers are correct. So gaming, so these are in gaming. We use AI is used in gaming like a chess game, PUBG game. Like in the video, we have seen healthcare system where it can be useful in early detection of the diseases, which can help in diagnosis early. So in terms helping the patients. So then other useful application of robots is in industrial warehouses like intelligent robots, as well as domestic robots where we generally use. Then I'll move forward. One second. I'm having my problem. I'll move ahead with, yeah. So different sectors where AI is getting used and the applications are forward, mainly around healthcare, e-commerce, automobile sector, social media, space exploration, finance, agriculture. And coming to the education, so there are two aspects of applications where education field AI is getting impact, is creating its impact. One is on infra, the monitoring side, where capturing the emotions of the students to understand their psychology of the students. On the other side, auto attendance is one more application of AI in the education sector, as well as to, if you look at the other side of learning, smart content and the personalized content based on the understanding capabilities of the student. That is one more field where education is playing, where AI is playing a major role in the education sector. So considering this impact of AI in multiple sectors, NEP 2020 has made the guidelines to inculcate these skills, guidelines given in NEP 20, inculcate these AI related skills from childhood, I mean like a student level itself. So considering that guidelines, CPSE has introduced a few circulars at the curriculums or handbooks in two aspects. One is learning the technology behind the AI in terms of as a subject, elective subject for grade 9 and above, and skill-based subject from grade 6. So that is one aspect where students will be learning the technology behind the AI. The other aspect, how these AI tools can be used to interdisciplinary with other subjects, which can be a language subject like English, Hindi, anything, physics, chemistry, mathematics, how the tools which got enhanced to this AI can be used in making the learning better for all other subjects. Those two are the two aspects CBSE has created these handbooks for. So today we'll be taking a hands-on experience with a couple of those tools in the creative space and mathematics space, which my colleague Ms. Johanna will be taking a hands-on learning. Over to you, Ms. Johanna. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Abhinav sir, and a warm and delightful evening to one and all present here. It's really nice to see most of you all have turned on your webcams and some of you haven't. So I'm really delighted and welcome every one of us to the most fun and exciting part of this remaining half of the session. So this part of the session going forward is going to be very interactive, and it's going to involve a lot of participation from your end as well. So I kindly request those who have not turned on your webcams to get ready and turn it on now. And I also request everyone to go ahead and be active, alert, because we're going to have a lot of questions. And we would also have a lot of different participations where you'd have to raise your hand and answer questions. So I'll try my best to pick as many participants to participate. Please don't feel bad if I don't pick your name. But we look forward to having a fun-filled remaining half of the session. All right, so let me begin by giving you a small brief agenda of what is going to happen moving forward. So we're going to start off with a little exercise. So we're going to be exercising our right side of our brains. And then we're going to introduce you to two AI-based tools, AutoDraw and QuickDraw. Once we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about how QtPi Robotics design our programs and presentations. So this presentation has been designed aligned with the AI curriculum handbook. And in the AI curriculum handbook, they focus on excite, relate, purpose, and possibility. These are the four steps. So we're going to begin our first step, which is excite. So if you all are ready for something exciting, here it comes. So the first exciting and fun activity is, I'm sure we all know our brains are divided into two hemispheres, the left hemisphere known for its logistic thinking and the right hemisphere, which is known for creativity. So here's my first question to everyone. So I would like to ask, how many of you like to draw? Please raise your hand if you have your videos turned on, or you can also raise your virtual arm from the participant list. So go ahead and raise your hands, all of those who like to draw. Okay, thanks. It's nice to see that many of you have raised your hands. Excellent. Some of you have given thumbs up, and thank you. Those who are on videos also, thank you so much for raising your hand. You can lower your hands now. So I think majority of us do like to draw, and that's a great sign. So you're definitely going to enjoy the next part of our session. Now it's time to get off your seats and quickly grab a pen and paper, or if you have it close by, just stretch your arms quickly. Once, if you have your, if you on webcams turned on, you can raise up your sheet of paper and pen so that I know you're ready. And those of you who have kept your, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Deepali, ma'am. Those of you, thank you. Those of you who have not turned on your videos, you can just type out ready in the public chat so that I know everyone is on the same page. We can move forward. So once everyone's ready, go ahead and type in ready in the public chat, or you can go ahead and show me your paper. Awesome. That's great. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for your participation. I'm glad to see that everyone have got your pencil and paper ready. So we're ready to move forward. Okay. So now the fun, exciting activity is going to be followed by Mr. Graham Shaw. Let me give you a short introduction about who Mr. Graham Shaw is. So Mr. Graham Shaw is an international speaker. He's also a speaker coach, and he emphasizes on visual learning. We as educators and instructors know the importance of visual learning. And Mr. Graham Shaw specializes in drawing and art. So let's go ahead and watch a small video clip of Mr. Graham Shaw. And while you watch the video, I kindly request everyone to please follow Mr. Graham Shaw's instructions while he gives you the instructions on how to draw. Have fun and enjoy.
Okay, so here's how it's going to work. I'll show you the first cartoon we're going to do, so just watch to begin with. Here we go. Just watching. That's going to be our first cartoon. It's a character called Spike. So I'd like you to draw along with me. So I'll draw the first line, you draw, and when you've done that, look up, and I know you're ready for the next line. Okay, here we go. Start with the nose. Now, the eyes, they're like 66s or speech marks. That's it. Next, the mouth. Nice big smile. Now, over here, the ear. Next, some spiky hair. Next, put the pen to the left of the mouth. Little line like that. Pen under the ear. Drop a line like that. Pen to the left of the neck. Top of the t-shirt. Line to the left. Line to the right. Just hold your drawings up and show everyone.
All right. So I hope everyone was able to finish. And now it's time to show off your new skill that you've just drawn. So please, I request everyone turn on your webcams and you can go ahead and show it off. Amazing. Well done, everyone. I think everyone's drawn their first character. Now it's time to give your character a name. Go ahead and choose what name you want to give your cartoon character. Have fun. You can also type out the name you give your character in the public chat if you wish. Very nice, very nice. Well done. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great job. Well done. I'm so happy to see everyone. Most of you have tried it and have done really, really well. Amazing. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue.
How are we all doing? Okay. Okay, fantastic. So, it looks like you've just learned to draw one cartoon, but you've actually learned more than that. You've learned a sequence that would enable you to draw hundreds and thousands of different cartoons, because we're just going to do little variations on that sequence. Have a go at this. Draw along with me. Nose. Eyes. Smile. That's it. Now some hair. Pen to the left of the mouth. Under the hair. Little V shape for the top. Line to the left, line to the right.
All right, so now it's time to show off your second cartoon. Very, very nice, very nice. So you can give it a female name, any name of your choice, Thelma, or you can give it your name, all of you lovely women out here. Any name you'd like to give your cartoon character, go ahead. Very nice. So we see some really fun names mentioned in the public chat. Very nice. Zain, great. I'm really happy and so pleased to see everyone's artwork and creativity. I'm so glad. Yes. So many times we feel we don't know how to draw, we're not good at drawing, but I think now we learned a new skill which all of us can implement in our next presentation or in our next classroom. Go ahead. Now I would also like to open up for anyone who would like to express how this activity was. If you're someone who's like me, not so good at drawing, but now are more confident to draw your own cartoon characters, you can raise your hand. I will pick 1 or 2 participants who would like to share your experience with us. You can go ahead and unmute and speak. Anyone would like to talk and
with video on?
Yes, please.
So video on with virtual hand, we will allow.
Yes. I think we yes, Ms. Sandeep Kaur. Would you like to share your experience? And yeah, you can unmute, ma'am. Sandeep. And then,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Actually, it was a fun activity. I really liked it. And though I thought that I was a good in drawing, but I never thought of drawing cartoons by myself. I've never done that. So it's really a great experience to learn this. And what's the motive behind that? I am eager to know that. What really actually is hidden behind this activity.
That's great, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we can have Ms. Shiva Kumari.
You can unmute, ma'am, from your side.
Yes, please unmute yourself and you can share your experience.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice that. I am really very good at drawing, but then the strokes and all I didn't know. It is really very easy to draw cartoons. After doing this activity, I feel that I can do anything. Oh. I can draw much more pictures. And as the prior one said, I am also waiting. What is the motive behind these drawings?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, Ms. Gangotri, you can be the last one. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I thought that I cannot draw. And I'm 60 years old, and so many times I said that drawing is the skill which I don't have it. And when I saw my cartoon today, and I was so much amazed that I was so wrong for 60 years that I don't know how to draw. So I'm very happy that I took this class, and one skill I just revealed that, yeah, if somebody teaches me nicely, I can draw too.
Very true.
Amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your thoughts and experiences. Thank you so much. It was our pleasure as well. Now let's move forward to our next activity. Yes, so we have completed our exciting part. And now we're going to see how we can relate and we can see the purpose by switching over to AI. So we're going to switch to AI. Earlier, we had seen how Mr. Graham Shaw had guided us with some simple tricks to create our own cartoons. And using that, we can design our very own cartoon as well. Now we're going to see how an AI tool will act as a co-creator with us and make visual drawing super easy. So before I introduce you to the tool called AutoDraw, I would like to open up another question by asking, what is the word co-creator mean? Anyone who knows the answer to this can raise your hand. I shall pick 2 people to answer, and the rest of you can put your answers in the public chat as well. So those of you who know the answer of what co-creator means, you can raise your hand. Yes, we have, I think, 1 hand raised. Sorry, I'm not able to see your name, ma'am.
Johanna, it's Mantasha.
Okay, yes, Miss Mantasha, please, would you like to unmute? Please unmute and speak. Okay, Miss Rajalakshmi, ma'am. Ms. Rajalakshmi, ma'am? You're on mute, ma'am. You can unmute yourself.
It will be, ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt. It will be easy for us to identify if you open your video and raise hand.
Yes, please.
It will be easy for us.
Create along with create together.
Thank you, ma'am. That's correct. Anyone else would like to give us an answer for creator me? Shiva Kumari, ma'am, you've got your hand raised. If you'd
She
like.
already spoke, ma'am. Renchita Ratna, ma'am.
Yes, please, ma'am. Please unmute.
Ma'am, you have to do it from your side. Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, according to me, see, we have to create something by our own. Something is there and we have to add something. We have to put on something and create something new. I guess.
Okay. That's a great answer, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering.
Ishita, they... yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we will do it.
Some network issue, I believe. Ma'am, you have to unmute, ma'am.
Please unmute.
Now it is fine. Again, you muted. Just one click. No, ma'am. I think we'll come back. They're learning the technology there.
Okay, no problem. It's perfectly all right. Great answers, everyone. Actually, great answers, great response. The word co-creator actually means when two or more people combine together to create something. When they share their ideas, share their thoughts, and create something new, it's called co-creation. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing with the AI, with artificial intelligence tool called AutoDraw. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and share the AI tool by giving you a short demonstration of how it works. And then I'll share the link with everyone so that everyone can get a hands-on experience to this tool. So please watch as I share the demonstration. So right now, when I share the link, you will get something that looks like this. You will have to click on Start Drawing, and then you will see a blank white screen where you can start drawing. Make sure that you're using the magical tool called Auto Draw. It has sparkles on it. Go ahead and click on it, and now it's time to draw. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw. Anyone likes to guess and go ahead and guess what I'm drawing. And the AI tool will also be guessing simultaneously. So let's see if we humans are smarter than the AI. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw. And I request everyone to please guess. On top, you will notice that the AI tool suggesting, do I mean a flower? Do I mean mustache? So let's see who can guess what I'm drawing. I am not a very good drawer. I'm not very good at drawing, but let's see. Okay. So we have lots of suggestions coming in. A truck, a car. I think we humans also got it right, as well as the AI. So you can see right here, the AI tool is suggesting a police vehicle, a vehicle from the top view, a racing car, or just a simple car. I was looking for a simple car, something like this. This is what I was looking for. So yep, this is what I wanted. Now, once I've selected the kind of drawing I want, just click on the screen and you can go ahead and resize the car to whatever size you want. I think this size is perfect for me. By clicking on the drawing, you can move it anywhere on your screen. I'm just going to place it on the bottom left-hand side corner. And I'm sure we all love to color. So in order to color, use the bucket fill tool. Just click on it and hover your mouse over the blue color here. And here you can select which color you want to paint your car. And you can go ahead and paint your drawing as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and color the tires. Perfect. And in just no time, I've designed my very own car. So similarly, once you get the opportunity to draw, go ahead and use your imagination to draw. Once you've finished your artwork and you're ready to show it off to the world and everyone around, go ahead and click on the option at the top left-hand side corner of your screen. You have 3 lines. If you click on it, you can go ahead and select share. There's an option called share. Underneath download, you have share. So click on it. Then a pop-up will appear on your screen. It'll take a couple of seconds. And then you will get a button that says copy link. Go ahead and click on this copy link. Come over to your chat box and share the link of your artwork with us. And we would all love to see what you have drawn. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the auto draw link in the public chat for every one of us to try. And then I recommend everyone to go ahead and I have already sent it in the chat. So everyone, please do click on the link that is provided. Looks like people have already completed their artwork and sharing it with us as well. So that's great, perfect. But what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and suggest. So if you're very confident and you're an adventurous person and you'd like to try something new, go ahead and try drawing an Iron Man mask. It looks something like this. Or if you want to try something simple, go for a fish, a swan, a dolphin, or maybe just like me, you can draw a car. So go ahead and try any of these. Or if you want to use your imagination and draw something different, go ahead and do that as well. If you have any questions, do let us know. We can help you if you have any doubts. But I highly recommend everyone go ahead and try this tool out and let us know your thoughts and share the links so we can show off your artwork to everyone around as well. So we have someone who has shared a link. I think Ms. Shireen. So I'd like to share what her artwork looks like. So this is what the artwork we have received so far. And I think it's very, very nice. I think we're getting artists in our midst who'd like to draw different people. Very nice. I like the nose and the eyes. Definitely, we can draw amazing artwork with the help of AI. And this is an example of that. Yes, so please do share your links. We'll try to display as many links as we can. I think we have received Ms. Rupalini's artwork. She's drawn a lovely home. And I'm just going to share my screen. This is what Ms. Rupalini has drawn. A very nice house. And she can go ahead and try coloring it, ma'am, whenever you have the time. Go ahead and try coloring it. Okay, so I'm just going to click on Madhu. I may not be able to share everyone's artwork, but I will try my best to do as many as possible. So here is yes. So here is another artwork of a house designed by someone, and it's really, really nice. Great. I think most of us have ideas of drawing from home, and we are at home, so that's great. Great. I'm pleased to see many of the links coming in. I do suggest and recommend everyone else click on what your colleagues and other people, all your other participants have shared in the public chat. Click on them and take a look at what they have drawn as well. Okay, I hope everyone enjoyed the first part of the tool. Now moving forward, we're going to go to the next part. And I suggest that maybe after this session, you would like to use this tool. You can go ahead and use this in your classrooms, in your next presentation, or even with your family and friends, and even with your children. Teach them, have fun drawing and creating, combining ideas with them and AI, and design something out of this world. It may be in space or a beautiful dream scenery. All of your dreams can come true when you draw them with the tool called with AI. Okay, so now we have done something exciting. We've seen how we can relate and we have seen the purpose of it. Now moving on to the different possibilities. So we know AI has many different possibilities, and one of the different possibilities is AI acts as a learner. where it learns from us human beings. We human beings are very creative. We go ahead and we love to create different things, and we have creative thoughts process, and that is what the AI tool learns from. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a short video for all of us to watch, and I highly recommend everyone please pay attention to this video. And just give me a moment as I share my screen. Yes.
Hi, I'm Jonas. Hi, I'm Henry. Quick Draw is a game a few of us at Google made. You draw and the computer uses machine learning to guess what you're drawing.
I see square, or suitcase, or canoe. Oh, I know, it's shoe.
It's an experiment that uses some of the same technologies that helps Google Translate recognize your handwriting.
To understand handwriting or drawings, you don't just look at what the person drew, you look at how they actually drew it. Which strokes did they make first? Which direction did they draw them in? You train the computer on millions of characters from hundreds of languages, and over time, it learns whether you wrote look or whether you wrote book.
Training is a big part of how the computer can guess your drawings correctly. As people, it's easy for us to look at these three drawings and know they're all cats, but to a computer they're very different. One is just a head, one has a full body, and one is just facial features. To get the computer to understand, you have to show it a lot of cat doodles. And then it starts to see patterns, like that almost all doodles of cats have pointy ears, a small nose, and whiskers. Of course, it doesn't always work. That's because it's only seen a few thousand doodles. But the more you play with it, the more it will learn and the better it will get at guessing.
Oh, I know, it's cat.
We put it on the web for anyone to play with. We hope it inspires other people to think about fun ways to use machine learning. You can play it at g.co/AI experiments.
Okay, so now we've seen an interesting AI tool. And now it's time to get hands-on with this tool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to share my screen once again. And this time I'm going to show you a demonstration of how this tool works. And then followed by that, we will all get a chance to play with this tool and see how it works. It's very simple and a lot of fun as well. Okay, so when I share the link, this is what your screen will look like. And all you have to do is click on Let's Draw to begin. So this is how the game works. So you have 6 drawings to draw. The name of what you're supposed to draw will be displayed here. For example, my first drawing is of a sun, and I have to draw a sun in less than 20 seconds. So let's see, after all we've learned from Mr. Graham, let's see if we can actually draw. So let's give it a try. Click on got it. And now it's time to draw a sun.
I see circle, or apple, or frying pan, or alarm clock. I see pineapple. Oh, I know, it's sun.
So the AI tool was able to guess my drawing in less than 60 seconds. So now I'm supposed to draw an avocado. Wow, that's a bit tough. Let's see how I can draw an avocado.
I see elbow, or chandelier, or shoe, or circle. I see smiley face. Oh, I know, it's avocado.
Now we're going to try a lighthouse. So let's see a lighthouse.
I see line. I see skyscraper. I see letter, or dresser. I see finger, or toe. Oh, I know, it's lighthouse.
Okay, so we have hockey punk. Okay, let's see what that is.
I see elbow, or hockey stick. I see sock, or saxophone, or banana.
Okay, I'm not sure how I can draw better.
I see shovel, or shoe, or camera. Sorry, I couldn't guess it.
Let's try to draw another one, pineapple.
I see diving board, or square, or bread, or apple. Oh, I know, it's pineapple.
Okay, a soccer ball.
I see moon. Or circle. I see baseball. Or watermelon. Or basketball. I see peanut.
Oh no.
Sorry, I
So
couldn't
the
guess
AI
it.
tool wasn't able to guess two of my drawings. One is a hockey punk and the second one is a soccer ball. So what exactly happens in this tool is if you click on the one that the AI tool didn't guess, you can see what the AI tool assumed my drawing to be. So this is what I have drawn, and these are what the AI tool guessed my drawing was. So it could have been an elbow, a banana, or a shoe. But actually, if I would have drawn something like this, then maybe the AI tool would have guessed. All right, so let's go ahead and see what a soccer ball looks like. So according to the AI tool, what I drew looked something like a basketball, a watermelon, or a satellite. But actually, if I would have drawn something like this, these are different drawings done by thousands of people across the world who have also played this game. And they have also drawn something close to what actual soccer ball looks like. And this is what the AI tool has guessed. So this is how the AI tool goes ahead and compares what you have drawn based on the large amount of data that has been collected by around 50 million people drawing just like how you and I are going to draw. So now it's time for everyone else to get hands-on with this tool. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly share this link in the public chat for everyone to get hands-on with it. So I highly recommend everyone try this out. And once we've done trying it out, I request you to let me know how much did you score out of 6. I got 2 wrong. Let me know how many you've got wrong. And it's perfectly fine even if you've got all wrong or if you've got only 1 correct. It's perfectly fine. It's a time of learning. It's a time of, remember, it's not you who's wrong. It's the AI tool that's not guessing correct. So go ahead and let us know. Wow, we've already got people coming in. Manjuha says she's got 2 correct. That's very good. Excellent. And share your experience about the tool. Let us know how you enjoyed it. 3 correct. Shikhab, very nice. Congratulations. Well done. In the beginning, when I tried this game for the first time, I didn't score many good points as well. 4 correct. Very good. Go ahead and try the tool out. Let us know your experience and also let us know how much you scored. Have fun and enjoying 6. We have people got 6, not yet. Okay. Try the tool out. Try the tool out. If anyone has any questions, you can feel free to ask as well. It's a very simple and fun game to play. Don't hesitate if you're not very good at drawing. All correct. Sumaya, very good. Congratulations. Smitha's got 6 correct. Excellent. Hiral has also got all correct. 5 correct. Well, very good. Excellent. 5 correct. Komal. Asha ma'am's got 6 correct. Rita's got 5 correct. Four correct, 3 correct, 6 correct. Excellent. Very good. I'm glad that everyone's able to draw and everyone's enjoying it. Yes, so about sharing, there is not required to share the score, but you can go ahead and put in how much you scored in the public chat. That would be great. You can also share your experience of how you enjoyed the drawing and how you enjoyed both the tools, AI Auto Draw as well as Quick Draw. 3 correct, 2 correct. 5 correct. Very interesting. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very happy to see everyone's participation and collaboration with the activities. Thank you. Great. I hope everyone had the opportunity to try out this game and both the tools as well. All right. So now moving forward. So I would like to take this time to summarize all that we have learned and covered throughout this session. We saw with Mr. Graham Shaw how we can draw cartoons in the most easiest way possible. And we also saw how AutoDraw, a tool of AI, could help us also draw and would guess what we are trying to draw, and it would make our lives easier to create a happy birthday poster or to create something really sweet and memorable. We also have another tool which we explored, which is Quick Draw, which is training a AI tool, training a machine to guess what are different drawings. And that was what all of this tool is, by collection of large amounts of data. Earlier, we had also seen the different applications of AI in the schools, in industries, in different tech industries as well, and agriculture. Just to add one application that is used in our, which could be implemented in our schools, is probably a library system, where this AI tool could probably study the behavior of students' interest in their projects, whatever they are interested in, what are the searches that they look for, just like how we have Flipkart ads. Wherever we click on our system, the videos we watch on YouTube, we get suggestions of similar type of videos that we might be interested in. Similar to that, if we implement something in our libraries based on the books our students read and based on their questions they ask in the library, so the AI tool can give them suggestions while they are preparing for a research paper or for their examinations. And all of this information can be gathered and it can be shared with us educators, with us principals and our teachers, to help us analyze the student interest and student behavior that will help us prepare better to create a more engaging platform for our children in the classrooms as well. So this is just a suggestion of one of the applications of AI. Moving forward, I'd like to take some time to talk about what QtPi Robotics aims for and what we do. QtPi Robotics has one aim and ambition, which is bringing STEAM education to K-12 students. And we do that, which is aligned to the NEP thought process and the CBSE curriculum. We conduct online classes on coding, artificial intelligence, design thinking, robotics, and data science. So these are the different courses that we offer. And I would also like to give you a visual experience of what happens at QtPi by playing a short video clip. And I would highly recommend everyone please do watch this video. Just a moment where I share the video.
Johanna, just before you start off with the video, I would like to alert the participants to keep their questions, if any, ready. Okay, meanwhile, you can play the video and let them keep the questions ready. So we will not be wasting time. Dear participants, if you have any questions, keep it ready so that those who are ready to ask a question or post questions, we would like to take it up. Johanna, over to you, dear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Here's a very interesting startup.
What I see here with QtPi doing is we are headed towards building one of Asia's biggest and probably the world's biggest product nation.
Yes, so that's what QtPi Robotics is all about. We try our best to make our classroom and our classes very fun and exciting for the children. We make the complex subjects or what we people think is complicated as simple and as fun and entertaining and very educational for all children. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation. I really value and thank everyone who's participated in the public chat and who's turned on your videos and who's answered questions. Thank you so much for your time, your participation. Thank you all for being here. Yes, I would like to answer any questions if needed. And also, we have our details provided in the public chat. If you'd like to get in touch with us, we are most delighted to work and collaborate with you and your schools. So if you're interested in any of the courses that we teach or we are applying for, you can get in touch with us on our contact information that is provided. And yes, so I would like to hand it over back to the CEI team. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Johanna. Thank you, QtPi, for that lovely session on this evening, that is Saturday evening. Well, as I see the chat box flowing and it's full of applause and it's full of interesting statements, that is thank you and thank you. And I think even the screen is displaying thank you. So it was a lovely session, enriching and a power-packed session, I must say. And most of them who did, yes, Sam, please tell us more about the AI tool name. I think that was one of the things. If I'm right, it is Auto Draw as well as Quick Draw, which we had used as of today. And some of you must be wondering why this session and what is so, because I did see a couple of messages which did come up in the chat box telling that it is lovely for kids and kids can be occupied. At some given point of time, the child is frozen within us. We need to allow that child also to be coming out of the cage, explore, because I think it was mentioned right at the beginning. It is all about the right brain and the left brain. It's not only about the logic, it's also about creativity. And you did see how useful it was to draw those cartoons. I think even I tried them and I love my cartoons. That was beautiful. And I did get out of 6, 5 of them right in that auto draw as well. So not bad. It was a quick thinking of the machine, which identified what exactly I had to put it up, and that went on really well. Coming back to today's session, well, NEP does talk about art integration. It does talk about storytelling. And so our session began with a storytelling. Storytelling as a pedagogy was the most important thing which we are all nurturing. And most of the schools are now making it as a part of our curriculum. And it was earlier there. We did hear to grandma stories, bedtime stories, and moral stories, panchatantra stories, stories for fun. I can't forget reading those tinkles, the supandis, and so on, right? So that was a good Einstein story we did here. So what we realized is, thank you to Santosh from QtPi who started off with the session, because I felt it was a very great move. Irrespective of the personality, it's a quick thinking that matters. And that quick drawing tool, which again Johanna introduced, was great because that is really required. Irrespectively, we are in the 18th century, but trying to gear up children for the 21st century skills. The employable skills is unknown to us. We are sitting now in the 20th century, but we are getting up and trying to lead those pathway for success for children for 21st century. So we do not know what we are up to. So get up, pull up your socks and try to have hands, fast fingers on everything. And if something really interests you and you have the talent and you have the potential, try to catch up and explore. That would be my takeaway from the session, because I was amazed with my drawing truly. And that 5 steps which Johanna took, if I'm right, that is excite, then we had relate the purpose, possibility, and the learning outcomes. I feel it's totally a backward designing. Generally, as a teacher, we start off with a learning outcome and then we get back to what are the activities and the assessments. But I think you assessed it before, you gave us the activities, you tried to move us through the learning outcomes in the end. That was really, really a good backward thinking process. And I think participants, this is how the lesson has to also be driven in your classes. And a great evening session that we had. And some of them who had come up with questions like, what about this training certificate, or will there be any certificate? Sometimes we need to endorse the learning process as well. No doubt certificate is important, and for which I think from CEIR you did get the answer. You will have to attend 2 Saturday sessions, and then you can go ahead to download the certificate from CEIR portal in the next coming up month. I think I have answered that which had come up in the chat box, which was answered immediately. And thank you, CER. Thank you, Srisan sir, for your backend team who made that progressive move very quickly. And any more questions? The team is here and the floor is there. And we still have around 5 minutes to go.
If you want, we can extend. The session officially end at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Those who want to ask questions, I request our panel members to stay back and answer the questions. We can extend 30 minutes more. Officially, it gets over at 6.
Yes. And yeah, the AI, the acronym AI, artificial intelligence, or is it art integration? I was just thinking, is QtPy taking us through art integration or artificial intelligence? Now I have a combined effect of both, because I had auto draw as well as an experience quickly. And as teachers, it comes really, really handy. Any questions? You can just, I think a couple of questions only on the certificate part of it. And Johanna, some tips if you have, maybe you can give it to the participants. And even Raghu sir is, or Raghu is also here. Yes. Even if you have any kind of tips that you would like to go ahead and give it to the participants as a takeaway, yes, you can go ahead.
Yeah, we will be able to help them with more videos and content for teachers to access. So in turn, they can learn and teach the students. So please do get in touch with us, which I'll share it in the public chat or contact details and information. With no expectation in terms of, we understand the pandemic and challenges. So please do get in touch with us. We will see what best we can do for your schools and your students and for your teachers in specifically who would like to learn something beyond what we have taught today. And CERI will get in touch with you to discuss how do we go forward in the future for more session with QtPy and them as a collaboration. So please do get in touch with us on that. There's a question I think saying whether we can relate quick draw to
plan for a session for students as well later.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It'll be great.
Santosh, I think you can take that one question which has come up
We can
on
relate quick draw to concepts, for example, animal foods. Yes, definitely, ma'am. I think at least I can see for Montessori, definitely yes. M1, M2, M3, definitely those are children will enjoy it. I think Raghu has a daughter of 5.5-year-old. Probably he can tell you how the child enjoys the cartoons, and she does it on paper, and I think she's also trying to do it online now. Definitely going to be nice for especially the grade 3 or grade 4, I would say, definitely. And even for higher grades, for the first time they're doing it, they're going to enjoy these tools to start. There again, for high school, there are different tools are there, which we will mention to you in the future, which CRI team will get in touch to discuss on those particular modules. Can you do these sessions for schools and students, yes, definitely we can do it. We will, Dr. Srishant sir will get in touch.
Definitely.
We will should be able to plan for students of different age group. We will mention this age group, this age group can do these modules, and this is how we will go about it.
Questions? No other questions? Direct. You can just raise your hand. We will put you in this panel. So please remove me from this panel. I have no questions.
Okay. I think that answers quite a bit of it.
Yeah. Ma'am, I believe Vamsipriya ma'am, Anuradha ma'am want to ask some question. I believe if you raise her hand.
Dr. Logesh also has a question.
Dr. Logesh.
I think you can unmute yourself, Miss Anuradha, as well as Yogesh, but one by one, please. Let there not be a chaos. Let there not be a chaos.
I'm Anuradha Chandrasekhar, and good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I don't have words for the session. I'm just spellbound, actually. My question is, city schools are privileged with computers. That is, students have hands-on experience with computers, sir. But what about the possibility in the case of the other side? Okay, that is the first thing. Is there any basics or criteria required by the students to probably enjoy this tool, withdraw or anything? So they have knowledge about computers, or they can learn it. Say, for example, a fourth grader or a fifth grader.
Yeah, ma'am. I was just trying to give an example about Ms. Raghu, who is a co-founder's daughter, is 5.5 years old. Okay. And she is like, ideally to start with a paper and a pen, the way we did it today, and slowly move to computers. And any child will like the artistic activities around. So should not be a hurdle whether it is a rural area, semi-urban area, or financial challenges of background. So any child will be able to do it, and any school children will be able to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just because we go with that, because city schools, I think, before we can get introduced to them, because of personal interest, they are updated. There are so many students who have completed the basic languages in computers. But the other side, it's sorry flag. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Only for high school, I think they will need some amount of in mathematics for some of the modules.
Started the CBSE started coding with 6th grader this year.
Yes.
So that's a very good start. This is going to be implemented for the other levels. I think sky is the limit. Thank you, sir. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your question, ma'am.
I think one more question we have. Anyone from QTPI can take it up. Can we use these tools for other subjects?
Raghu, you want to answer or should I?
Yeah, go ahead, Santosh. Just add one point, and then we can you can add on top of it, Santosh. So definitely these tools can be used for other subjects, including mathematics. The second tool which Johanna has shared, a quick draw related, that can be used to teach symmetry of mathematics, basically. Right. Similarly, language can be taught using these tools. How we blend these AI tools to the subject, we can definitely be able to do. Mathematics, we can teach. Physics, we can teach using those. There are other tools like teachable machines, Google Educators, right, which can be used for different other subjects, not tied to AI technology itself. It's more of interdisciplinary, enhancing the learning capability of other subjects using these AI tools.
Yeah, I would like to give an example. Even before this auto draw or these AI tools came up, I remember doing a session for students where I told them to use a drawing which was given by Microsoft, Art Draw, and they drew it, and then they have to present it in terms of a poetry. So they build a story and then tell a poetry form and then tell a story after that. So I used it in English class. So you could always try this in a part of communication skills session. Where you can integrate your subjects in a way you think the children will also enjoy it. So I saw what they learned poetry in the school and a story they built around it and presented. And same thing we do in QTPI, where they build a project and then we'll tell them to tell a story around it. Yeah.
I think I did see one more question because many are coming up now.
Madam,
gone somewhere out. If you can,
can I ask a question, madam?
Yes, Dr.
So this is Dr. Logesh from Coimbatore Public Schools. Sir, you have explained about the tools which is used to which can increase the innovativeness in teaching to the students under the learning methodologies. See, whether since I'm doing research on the problem-based and project-based learning for the higher secondary and as well as for the college level students, this QTPA tools whether it will come under a problem-based study or a project-based study, sir?
Yeah, now these are going to be problem-based studies, to be more specific to give you. But what we're doing is internally we're also developing project-based modules also. For example, chatbot is one of the story which we showed you with the video in first part of my presentation. Also, children do build projects called a text-to-speech. There's one student who is working on like if I have to type my name and I don't speak, let's say I'm a differently abled person, she's trying to use signs. She moves from one direction to another direction. It writes one particular alphabet, one direction, other direction, it writes another alphabet. So such things are happening. They are into a particular project-based tools they are going to be in future.
Sir, how far this tools can be accommodated for the special childs? Say, for example, a normal child, special child means I'm asking about not the, say, for example, for some students, the mindset will be somewhat open. For some students, they'll be hyperactive and hypoactive. So we can't categorize the people to be an autism is one category of people. And apart from that, a regular student can be an hyperactive student or a hypoactive student. So how far these tools and usage of these tools and the quantum of the usage of these tools will make that person's to be a normal level?
So I don't think we are expert in this area to answer. Will be wrong to answer something just to answer. I think somebody from particular background should be able to answer the question in terms of what changes can bring. We are looking for more from an engagement point of view and learning process point of view. How effective it's going to be there, that study we don't have at the moment, at least from QTPI side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surely, sir. Many thanks for this. Surely, what I will do is see these tools. When we take it to the school level, school level students, they will learn new things at the right age.
Yeah.
But whereas these tools should be taken to even college level and higher grade student level, so that at least at the late time they should learn this. See, in a couple of years they are going to be employable. Smartness is expected everywhere. Whatsoever, if a person who is a project manager should be highly communicative and he should be highly presentative to subject his presentations. So excellent tool. Many thanks for the presentation given by Jonah Arshad madam, Santa Santosh Avanar sir, and Srisan sir, and as well as Vamshi Priya madam. Many thanks.
Beginners, I believe. Am I right? Am I right, Mr. Santosh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
even in the presentation which you have seen today, there are a lot of artificial intelligence added by us.
Yeah,
So,
sir.
The levels are unlimited.
Yes, sir. See, they just quoted the word. Nowadays, artificial intelligence is having its boom. The word is only having its boom, sir. But whereas already it is there with us, now we are categorizing that into a different stream.
It's a subject now.
Yeah, subject. It's artificial intelligence and data science is a separate subject.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Logesh, maybe I'll just give you a morning. I was talking to a friend of mine who works for a company called Baxter. So they're coming with the medical devices. For example, in case they wanted to inject in, let's say, blood, and let's say a differently abled person doesn't have hand and legs. How do you find the exact nerves which to do it? So they're working on research to identify that area where they'll be able to treat and diagnose the patient. Otherwise, they should have given in hand. Now, if I don't have hands, where do I inject that blood, particular blood required for particular treatment? So you can imagine that is how it's trying to help to save lives of patients. Otherwise, people would have suffered.
Yeah.
I think Deepali ma'am.
It's going to be a long process.
Yeah, right, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Logesh.
Yeah, Deepali ma'am, you can come in. She raised her hand.
Yeah. Good evening. I for some reasons I had to miss some part of the presentation, but I think whatever I was able to watch was very, very interesting. You are focused on the learning aspect for students. But you also talked about. Yeah, can you give me a minute? A second.
Please.
Take your time. Ma'am.
In between, anybody else want to ask question? Will Krishna Priya ma'am, where is Saumini ma'am? Saumini ma'am, you always ask questions. No doubts today. Please raise it. Please unmute, madam. No, she has some valid doubts. Rajarishmi ma'am is there. Ma'am, I can say.
Hello, sir. Sir, I was just wondering. I was just showing to my husband what I draw today.
Oh.
Because earlier it used to take 1 hour for me to draw such thing. Even though I'm interested in drawing, I was not able to. And just now I showed him that just see, I have drawn in seconds. And along with that, it was, I can't express in words how useful the session was. Without the blink of eye and without even commenting on that screen, I was just watching it over.
I believe the real
And
purpose
I
of
wish to watch the
the real purpose of
yes,
that
sir.
exercise by Jonah is to make you understand how technology can be integrated with that.
Of course. And I would like to know what will be the cost of it if we implement for the students, or if I could recommend to any of the student of our school, how much it will
Please
be.
share, please, Mr. Santosh, you can share your contact details. I saw already it is there. Can you please share once again so that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the same thing in the chat box with the contact details. You can always contact.
Phone numbers that I have written, sir.
Yeah.
The phone numbers, email ID, web ID, everything I have noted. I have
What
written
else?
it.
Okay. Maybe
think,
you can use any of that and contact them, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Diwali ma'am, sorry, please continue.
Sure, thank you so much.
Yeah, any teacher who are in English, right?
You have to unmute. Yeah.
Yes, sir, maybe I'll answer some. I see some people
Sir,
asking.
one more thing.
Language. Just hold on.
I am
Language, ma'am.
always in search of.
Yeah, ma'am, I will type you one particular tool which is will be helpful for creating articles.
Okay.
So that's going to be there.
Okay.
I have tried it for writing blogs, and it is fascinating to see. But on the flip side, I'm saying is as humans, we have to intervene and check whether the content is right for us or not. But it gives amazing
Yes,
content.
sure.
I'm going to put that in public chat, ma'am. Please check.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Thank you for your question, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, can I ask my question now? I'm very curious. I mean, I was very, very interested in whatever I could watch. I had to get up a couple of times. But thank you so much for the beautiful stuff that you've shown. So my question is, like I have been observing that what you have presented here today is basically a learning tool which will engage students through AI, And what I'm looking for now is something, you spoke about it in your presentation, that there's a AI handwriting recognition tools are there. Then you also talked about the Sundar Pichai talking about how Google is able to enable better, application in medicine analysis of, So I'm looking for something for teachers here, like how does AI help, in bringing down the load of corrections, maybe even the analysis of, the assessments, the students' responses. Is there something which is being developed, or are you looking at that facet of, AI?
Raghu, do you have an answer for this? This is a very interesting question. Yeah.
The question on this aspect, ma'am, on the education side, definitely there are research happening in terms of making the assessment part better or quicker. Let's say earlier, whatever the teachers take longer time to check each and every sentence of answers given by the student, that can be quickly done. Now there is work happening on that part related to AI. That's where the hand recognition, converting the physical thing into a digital format. Once we have in the digital format, processing that is literally a cakewalk kind of thing. Then that's literally the assessment side is what I'm talking about, ma'am. On the learning side, how we can customize the content to different children to their capabilities. Not every child is of the same understanding capability. AI is coming to the picture. Like, let's say they watch some content, they take some question based on the correctness of that question. The next content will be showed to that particular student. There is work happening on that side as well. That's where content creation ability, smart content, literally personalization of the content is happening on the teacher and basically on the student and teacher side, I'll call it as. So that's how they work together, right? So there is definitely work happening on that side as well, ma'am.
In the long run, AI is going to overtake human being skills, the basic skills, the day-to-day skills kind of stuff. So what we are looking at is how will AI help human beings to develop the skills that are needed for them in the post-AI century, if I may use the word.
Yes,
Yeah,
That's the kind of
literally
stuff.
co-create. That's one of the stress point in the part of the presentation. Co-creation is what it will be, ma'am. Together, humans and the machine, the capability is what drives the future further. Even now, that's where the co-creation terminology. There is a question which Johanna asked as well, to ensure that it's not AI or the machine, AI or the human. It's together. We'll be going together in this field. Is what we'll.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for that.
And thank you, Deepali ma'am. That was a lovely thing. Even I was just wondering how to reduce this burden of corrections. But going through the 9th standard CBSE curriculum, they initiate with the data acquisition, then problem scooping. All of this are slowly, they are creeping into AI curriculum. So slowly the graphic organizers, how children can get into expressing stepwise sequencing procedure. So they're just taking it step by step. And as Raghu mentioned, maybe slow, by and large, they might come up. I do not know. And as you rightly mentioned, yes, we are waiting for that AI century. Otherwise, I think we are working with 5 Ws and 1 H, all those problem scooping ways of getting that sequential order at the grades, at the levels of 9th and the 10th grades.
Good, very good. Thank you.
Questions, ma'am?
I think Shrisan sir, we are not having any more now, I think.
Then you can wind up the session. Any other question? Any participants now? More than 100 participants are there, I believe. 120 participants. Any questions? Please raise your hand. We can spend little time more. Get our doubts cleared, and we want you to go with some takeaways.
It's like an open session now.
Yeah.
If somebody is willing, I think they can ask.
Yeah.
Any kind of
There are two. Now only Mrs. Devlina.
I think, Raghu, I have a question for you, if I may ask. One question is, see, for instance, Google Docs. Suppose the teacher is talking here. Automatically, if she can share the link, the answer for that is even given by the child on the other side. Okay. Somewhere when we tried it out in school, it didn't really work well for languages. Though it was told it works, it didn't really work well with different kind of languages. But when the person, when we got tutored or probably mentored, and when we did see it happening, it was for Kannada, Marathi, Bengali, nearly around 23 languages was possible. But somewhere, I don't know, we might have got it wrong, or probably the procedure is not correct. But is this also under the umbrella of AI? That's my question. Language.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's under the umbrella of AI. Yeah. NLP is one part of the AI technology, natural language processing. This comes under that umbrella. Definitely, we'll work on that one, and we'll have the next session on that topic itself. We'll get it done as part of CEIR. We'll do that project as well.
No, it's really quite interesting, because somebody asked about, I think Lokesh or somebody asked about that inclusive part of it. So we were trying it out for children, especially with, be it cerebral palsy child, or probably a dyslexic child, or a dyscalculic child, or probably even attention deficit, something which is really a ready reckoner for him when he feels very difficult or lazy enough to access and go ahead with his motor skills. And if he wants to talk, and if he finds it like a slate, something which is ready in front of him, and while eating or something, when he speaks, and the teacher can take it up. And thanks to CBSE, when they said the assessments are all in-house, so we tried all the methods to see where we can fit in and how the child can be helped, or some kind of he should not be handicapped only on a scribe. Basically, he should be able to talk it over. So that is when we felt we are handicapped, because it didn't work out that well. So that's the reason I just brought up this question. Yeah, we'll wait for the next session when some inputs can be given, and we can take it. See, you and me are both learning together. So maybe we'll have to do that kind of innovations.
Sure, ma'am. We are open to any kind of that feedback, and we'll definitely create a content in a simplistic manner, like the content which we have seen today. Perhaps what today we did is more on which can be learned through online. The other part with our hardware aspect, the motor skills, what you're mentioning about for very young age onwards, like grade 1 hardware part, building blocks, spatial thinking, computational thinking, those kind of skills we can impart in the children as well.
And maybe it will supplement to what Dipali Mishra ma'am has mentioned. If children can really talk it out, and probably corrections may not be really required, unless until we say mind and hand coordination of the child should be, also a part and parcel of the learning. Yes. Well, I think we are coming to an end, Srisan sir, with your permission and with all the
participants. Madam's hand, but now it is not there. So I think we can wind up, ma'am, then. Any other question? No, I believe.
Vamsipriya ma'am, I have a request. If all can come on screen on the webcam, we would like to take one group photograph if that'd be great.
So I think people who are there, who are still with us, I know it's a Saturday long evening, but 1 century is still, I mean, I can see that. At least those of you, if you can.
It's all historical session, ma'am. After 10 years, 20 years, the people at that time will talk, in 2021, they were talking about the basics of robotics, something like that. These sessions will be history.
Please all come on a webcam.
Dr. Loki, I mean, all of you, can you please, we request all the participants to please turn on their video. And we can...
Please share to us also. We have never done that.
Yes.
We did have the AI tool telling cheese. I think now we can tell for our own selves.
I think we can have a design next time, Raghu, the chatbot saying cheese.
We'll definitely do
so. Okay. Yeah, everyone says cheese.
You can have one with logo also, I believe.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Only cheese, we have to say no butter.
Yes, I can say. Please switch on your webcam, everybody.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Okay.
Now we are all mouse because mouse love.
Yeah, you
cheese.
can take one with this. This also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll click, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And coming back towards the last session, that is vote of thanks. Thank you, CER, for giving us the platform, and Cutie Pie for exploring, for people, for participants to explore. And this is an extensive session because I think individually they asked you questions and we've stayed till this, till 6 o'clock. Once again, yes, sir. Once again, a heartfelt congratulations to Cutie Pie in collaboration with CEIR, which they took it up. Thank you. Thank you for making it happen on a Saturday evening. And thank you all dear participants. I do understand Saturday evening you would like to spend with your family and friends. But yes, you've been our family for today, this evening. In pandemic, we are all connected. That is a great thing because we can say hi, hello, how are you? And at least exchange that kind of greetings. We never know how many of them still have families with that due grief. I thank each and everyone from my bottom of my heart for making this a successful event. Thank you once again and have a great week.
Vande Guru.
Thank you, Vijay Karta.
Sir, I am sorry, we didn't see you. I'm sorry.
Shahjahan sir, I was seeing sir, but I didn't notice him.
Yeah, Shahjahan
sir, thank you so much. Vijay Karta ma'am, thank you for being a great support. Thank you. Thank you everyone. And the backend team of Veda and CER, thank you for making that lovely creatives and helping us out to understand what CER and Veda has been doing. Thank you once again.
Ma'am, humble request for your closing.